is invested for the preservation of the Empire in time of war. From Leviathan 13 by Thomas Hobbes. For war consisteth not in battle only, or the act of fighting, but in a tract of time wherein the will to contend by battle is sufficiently known, and therefore the notion of time is to be considered in the nature of war, as it is in the nature of weather. Chapter the First. We, the Alphabet. Written July 6, 2454, at Alexandria. Hubris it is, reader, to call oneself the most anything in history, the most powerful, the most mistreated, the most alone. Experience and the Greek blood within my veins teach me to fear hubris above all sins. Yet, as I introduce myself again here, I cannot help but describe myself as the most undeservedly blessed man who ever lived. I, who once moved act by act through the catalogue of sins. I, cannibal, torturer, traitor, parricide, who at 17 gave myself over to deserved execution. I, Mycroft Canner, find myself at 31, alive, healthy, with far more liberty than I deserve, making full use of my skills in the service of not one, but several worthy masters, and even permitted to sleep at night in the arms of he whose embrace will always be the one place in this universe where I most belong, while he too lies in his proper place, on the floor outside his mistress's bedchamber. War has not yet come, but the waters have withdrawn to form the tidal wave, leaving the beaches and their secrets bare. Hobbes tells us that war consists not in battle only, but in that tract of time wherein the will to battle is so manifest that, scenting bloodlust in his fellows and himself, man can no longer trust civilization's pledge to keep the peace. If so, we are at war. We have been these 4 months, since Occam's arrest and Sniper's bullet revealed too much truth for trust to stay. But we do not know how to turn the will to battle into battle. We have enjoyed 300 years of peace, world peace, real peace, whatever the detractors say. This generation has never met a man who marched onto a battlefield. Governments have no armies anymore, no arms. A man may kill another with a gun, a sword, or a sharpened stone, but the human race no longer remembers how to turn a child of 18 into a soldier, organize riot into battle lines, or dehumanize an enemy enough to make the killing bearable. We will learn fast. Man is still a violent beast. I proved that 13 years ago, when the swath of atrocities I scarred across the public consciousness stirred the world to scream in one voice for my blood. We will make war, but no one wants to light the first match when we do not know how fast the fuel may burn. 300 years ago, humanity had weapons enough to exterminate ourselves 100 times over. Now, the technology that birthed those weapons is so outdated that children who split the atom for a science fair are labeled antiquarians. We have no newer weapons, but no one doubts that with a month's cunning, the technologies that cook our food and slow our aging will birth horrors beyond imagining. If we survive, the wreckage of posterity will want to know how. It is for curious posterity, then, that I am now commanded to keep this chronicle. I have done this work before. A week ago, my masters presented to the world my little history of those days of transformation, now 4 months past, which left us on war's threshold. They tell me that the history has done what they had hoped, shared much of the truth without pushing us farther toward the brink. My great merit as a historian is that I am known to be